This week on thERINpy, it's licensed relationship therapist Jamie Bronstein. Jamie is the author of Manifesting. See what she did there? A step by step guide to attracting the love that is meant for you. She's the host of Love Talk Live. With over 20 years of experience helping people create healthy, lasting love, Jamie blends clinical psychology with coaching to help individuals and couples heal and build emotional strength. Her work empowers people to choose relationships rooted in clarity, confidence, and long term alignment. Jamie has shared her relationship advice on NBC News Daily, on air with Ryan Seacrest, and today she's on air with me. This is actually her second thERINpy appearance. She coached me 3 years ago when I was navigating my separation and impending divorce, kind of trying to figure out if I should stay or go. Spoiler alert, I went. And now, again, 3 years later, Jamie is back to coach me through dating in my 40s with two kids after having not dated in 20 years and hopefully manifesting the man who is right for me. If this episode resonates with you, please consider sharing it on social media, sending it to a friend who may be navigating dating or divorce. Hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening to this episode. That way you'll get an alert every time a new thERINpy episode drops. Maybe even take 2 seconds to leave me a quick review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. It would help me so much. I have not gotten one in a minute, and it is honestly how people find shows. I'll be your best friend. 2 seconds. And now your weekly dose of thERINpy with Jamie Bronstein. So as I mentioned in the intro, it's been 3 years since you've done my show, and it's going to be a little different this time around because last time I listened to it again and I was navigating whether to stay or go in my marriage. And spoiler alert, I went, and now I'm navigating dating in my 40s with two kids after having not been on a date in 20 years. So you were back, and I just read your book, and I need to manifest now. And I'm so glad to have you back today, 3 years later, which is insane.
You're
Hi.
basically manifesting. You want to say, I'm going to manifest yesterday, meaning, and it's already happened, and I'm so
Oh,
excited for you.
see, that's why I'm glad you're here. I need to be better at this. Yes, I
Yes,
want.
yes, it already is.
He's already here. He's brushing his teeth somewhere, I think, as you say. He's here. He's around doing something, and he's going to be in my orbit soon. That's how we talk about it, right?
Yeah, right now, I mean, he's having lunch with his buddies right now.
Yeah.
He's about to make a big business deal after lunch.
Okay.
And then he's going to call you and take you out for dinner tonight.
Exactly. I'm so glad you're back. I love you. I want to quickly start with your story. You got married at 37, which I feel like is the right way to do it because women don't know who the hell they are until damn near 40. Was that intentional? Like, I'm going to wait till I'm 37 because I refuse to settle.
It was not. What I
Okay.
learned in life is that you plan and God laughs.
Hmm.
First of all, now I'm a little bit older than that. The crazy thing is that I felt like I was old
Right.
then.
Right.
I met Brian at 34. I felt like I was so old. No, I mean, I popped out of the womb just being this little I'm still romantic. I'm a Pisces. I love love. Obviously, like I chose to do this profession for a reason. Okay. So no, I wasn't like, oh no, I'll prolong marriage. No,
Okay.
that was not
Okay.
the plan. However, I believe in divine timing. And yes, I went through, as if anybody reads my book, which we'll talk about, you will read my journey and you will learn to trust the divine timing and to not stress over when he's going to arrive because I spent many years stressing and being sad and etc.
Okay. It's just knowing it. And I know that you finally had to let go of the reins and, just decide that you're not driving the bus anymore, I think is how you put it. How long after you decided that you were not the one driving the bus did he appear?
A few months.
Stop.
I'm not kidding. Yeah. I talk about surrender in my book.
Yes.
I Long story short, I was living in Chicago, driving from the city to my grandparents one day for brunch. And I just had this little situationship the night before with Josh in my book, in quotes. Okay.
Okay.
And and I decided, and I was thinking life goes on. Life is going to go on. And I was thinking that life is going on for everyone else, but it wasn't going on for me. It was life was going on, and I was just there. All my friends were getting married. What was going on? So I realized I had to do something. So the problem was that I wasn't enjoying my life. I was too stressed about it. And the universe gives us what we focus on. I was so worried I wasn't going to meet the right guy. And that's what the universe kept giving me. So I decided on this way on the drive, I was listening to Taylor Swift Shake It Off. I was just like getting all pumped up. And I was like, I'm just going to surrender now and enjoy my life. And I got to my grandparents, my grandma opened the door, and I said, I'm free. And my grandma was like, what are you free from? I'm like, Grams, I'm just going to enjoy life now. And my man, because my grandma used to be my therapist. She knew all about the guys. So, yeah. And so a few months later, so I just enjoyed that. It was over the summer. I just enjoyed that summer, started being present. And it's like, I gave it over. I didn't stop. I was still on the, there weren't apps. I was still on the websites, okay, the dating websites. And then, yeah, I met Brian that September. Yeah.
Okay. You mentioned the universe will always bring you what you need, not necessarily what you want. I think
Mhm.
my biggest question of this whole episode, and it's just gonna coming to me now. How do you know, like, if you're living like you just said to do, and manifesting like who he is and he's here, and you meet someone, where is it like conflicting with like what the universe wants for you? Because I know you're like, the universe doesn't like to be dictated. What if you're like, this is the man, this is going to be a great relationship? Where is the line where you're dictating to the universe versus just living as if this is the relationship?
Yes, there's a lot of aspects. What's coming to me, the most important thing to bring up is your intuition.
Okay.
So you meet a guy and you think he could has potential to be the one, but then you see how you feel in the relationship, you see what happens in the relationship as you start dating. If at any point you feel like this is a no, then this is a no. So going back to what you first said, the universe gives us what we need, not necessarily what we want.
Mhm.
So let's say you wanted a guy that's a certain religion and a certain height and a certain all these things. You got to give some of that up and just trust how you're feeling when you're with him.
Okay, so say there aren't red flags yet. And you're this is not I'm not speaking as me because I do have red flags, but say somebody is like, "Oh my gosh, this," when you feel like someone's a one and there aren't any negative things coming back at you, if you're living as if this is my person, isn't that dictating to the universe who your person is and not surrendering and letting the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's talk about this concept. When I
Okay.
teach living as if, that's actually
Yeah.
before the man comes into your life. Yes. So when you
Okay.
live as if, that's part of visualizing. So you're going through your life, you haven't met him yet. You're visualizing what it's going to be like to have dinner with him, what it's going to be like to have a sleepover with him, what it's going to be like to go to the grocery store with him, and you're living as if. And because you are tapped into that feeling, the universe gives us what we focus on. The universe will bring you that feeling and bring you that right man for you. So that's what
Okay.
living as if is. It's part of visualizing.
Don't you even say in the book, like, set a dinner plate for him, like he's there?
I do. Yes. If you live by yourself, whatever, it doesn't matter. You're having dinner
Yes.
by yourself. You put a plate there, give him a little food, give him some beer. Literally, if you're not a beer drinker, wine drinker, pour yourself wine, pour him a little beer. When you go to sleep at night, don't just undo one side of the bed, undo both sides of the bed, and you say good night to him. Luckily, nobody's watching you, or else people would think you're crazy. But I'm not kidding. You know, it's because we need to make space. We need to make physical space for this man to come into our life.
Okay. I have done, like, the pray for him, like, at night, like, I hope he has the best day tomorrow, even though I don't know who this person is. I have not set a plate or poured a beer, but I obviously haven't found him, so maybe that's the part that I'm missing. It's just believing in the divine timing, like you said. He will show up, just not always in our timing. So, us saying, like, we haven't found someone, it's just like, that's fine. It's he will knowing that he will show up. Like, how for a doubter, for a manifesting doubter that's like, oh, he will show up, like listening to this, what would you say to them or what would you ask them to consider about this manifesting concept?
I love that you're bringing this up about when you actually trust that it's going to happen because you actually, any doubters, you can stay doubting if you want to. However, it's not going to happen if you stay in that land. So you do need to shift from doubting mode to trusting mode, or else it's not going to happen.
How?
And when you start to trust, I'll get there in a second, but when you start to trust, this weight comes off of your shoulders. And that is actually, that's what I did. That's how you start to enjoy the moment and how you actually manifest. So the how.
Yes.
Yeah. First of all, I like to tell my clients, you need to literally threaten yourself. You need to say,
Okay.
I mean, it's a good thing. If I don't get out of doubt land and fear land, he's not going to show up. I
Right.
have to. So you do it. If you need to fake it till you make it, that's fine at the beginning. If you need to just start saying, I trust, I trust, I trust, and then start doing this exercise of where you start imagining him in your life and visualizing and the living as if, it starts to actually feel natural. So that's how you
Yes.
do it.
And
But
when
there's
you're
also
saying like,
healing stuff.
so funny you're saying that. You have to unconditionally love yourself before you can bring in your perfect match. So you if you're not there yet, and I finally am. Jamie, you were on before. I struggled for so long and I hated everything about myself. I went through so much and I do love who I am now. So I just thought that now that I loved who I am, that I would find a person that reflects and matches this energy because I was putting out I was projecting what I thought a match would want before. And now I'm just projecting me. So I thought when I finally accept myself and love myself, then I will match that energy. And I guess I still will. I'm going to say it like that.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
coming. But I guess
yeah.
it's been 3 years since my ex left. And I'm kind of just like, all right, like,
Where is he?
where is he? Or, and then I've
Yeah.
dated, and then you think, I don't know. I'm just like, and I'm trying to just be like, and then it's hard when you are vulnerable with someone and you do make a connection and you haven't in so long. And then so you really want that to stay.
Okay, but see right there, a little coaching moment.
Please,
Right
please.
there in that moment, because we've all been there, okay? In that moment, the universe gives us what we focus on. And that needs to be drilled into people's heads. It took a long time for it to
Yes.
be drilled in my head. In that moment, everything's going so well. What happens there, this little nuance, this little innuendo, this little thing is that you start to focus on the fear that it's going to end. So
I
that's what the
wrote
universe
down,
gives you.
I wrote down focusing on what we're not getting can be stronger than what we want. And that's all the universe hears. Okay. How do we not focus on it?
Okay, this is
Okay.
what you do. It's called no attachment to the outcome. Okay, now hear me out. Just
Yes.
listen.
Yes.
It's about being neutral. Hear me out. No, it doesn't mean that you don't care. It just means neutrality is, and this is the truth, you will be okay no matter what happens because the right man is going to happen regardless, whether it's Paul or John.
Yes. Okay.
It's a mixture. It's like a hybrid of like, it's surrendering, it's no attachment to the outcome. It's the universe gives us what we focus on. I'm going to focus on trusting.
And it's just like you're just ready now. And so it's like for you to just be like, okay, that wasn't the guy and he'll be here sometime. It's just disappointing. Like it's, I don't know. Like I do believe it. Is there an exercise to surrender to the universe? Like, how do you tell the universe you're in control? Like, I'm not saying I'm there yet. I'm trying. Like, I know the universe doesn't like being dictated to. So when you try to hold on and make this be the guy, when it's not the guy, that's never going to
I have a
work.
question. Why would
Yes.
you make a guy be the guy?
I have
Why would
one
you
answer.
like? I mean, there's a reason. There's probably some red flags if you're trying to make him the guy.
Yes, because it started great and they make you feel a certain way. Maybe you haven't felt that way. Maybe it's a connection you've never had before and
Mhm.
you want that to continue. So you rationalize, you justify lack of communication, all in the pursuit of getting that dopamine that you're getting from this connection that was very strong. And then they become a little avoidant. You're like, almost like you put so much work into. I know she's shaking her head. If anybody's listening on audio, I hear myself, but that's the answer because you want that connection and that dopamine from that person that you've been getting. You want that to stay, even though something is like, this is unacceptable communication response time, rationally, but it's like, but then when they do respond and maybe you've never felt so seen, maybe this person, and really likes how that feels when they hear from that person. But when they don't, it sucks. And you know that it's like you would never be able to, and it's not a
Just
relationship. Yeah, I it's not something I would ever put up with. So it's like, what's the point? But the point is you get the little dopamine hit. So if you keep them around and they make you feel good, it's how I feel. Or it's how the person who's talking, my friend, feels when she's with the person. So you try to make it validate that this is, look, oh, it's fine and justify.
it's not fine, okay?
I know.
Here's the thing, so there's so many things. Okay, so first of all, I don't even know what to start. Okay,
This is coaching. Hit me.
the truth and what you need to remind yourself of is that the right man will give you that dopamine, and the thing is, yes, the dopamine hit the neurotransmitters, the oxytocin, all those things are amazing. And it's going to happen with the right man, and it's going to be steady. It's not going to be this roller coaster of up and down and the drama. Okay. But this is what was coming to me as you were talking. And it's going to sound weird that I've never said this to somebody before, but I really haven't. I don't know. What's coming to me is clarity. Not that I've never talked about clarity, but there's something, it's like you are looking through blinders. You are not
Yeah.
seeing clearly. Like when he doesn't, if a guy does not have a good response time and you start rationing, well, he's busy and he gives you excuses, I want you to start seeing right through that.
Okay.
That is your homework.
Okay.
And it's going to be like, it's a superpower. I can empathize because I get it. Now, no matter what, whether it's work or anything in life, or I think it's because I did all the work years ago to connect with my intuition. That's why I teach this. It is the best thing you can possibly do. This is all connected to your intuition. If you are really connected with your intuition, you're able to see exactly what is going on so clearly, and it becomes unattractive. That's the thing.
Okay. I'm not connected to my intuition. How do I do that?
Okay, well, this is,
I'm
and
not.
maybe we can do a whole other episode on that. This is what I say. This is what I say. All intuition is, to be the non woo woo explanation, it is the connection with yourself. It's when you are so strongly connected, you close your eyes. Is this a yes or a no? How does this make me feel? Is this right or is this wrong for me? And it just comes to you like that. And you
Okay.
trust it.
That's interesting because I think a lot of women who, especially who listen to the show, are in their 40s. They recently came out of maybe a long marriage, like a long relationship, and you don't trust yourself because what you thought was your person ended up not being your person because it ended and you got divorced. So now you're kind of like, you don't trust yourself because you got it wrong before.
Okay. You need to forgive yourself for doing the best that you could at the time with the tools that you had. You made a decision and now you are maturing. You've learned. You got to give yourself credit. You are in a different place now.
Yeah. And
So
you left that relationship. So that
if you
should say
keep
something.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you
Okay.
keep yourself in the past and beating yourself up for making that decision, that's not helpful.
Okay. How do we get out of our ego and into our hearts when we're dating?
Okay. So our ego, which is in it's our mind, which is up here in our head. All it is, it's trying to protect us. It's lies and it's everything that's false. It's protecting you. A long time ago, it protected us from bears and fires. Okay. Don't touch the fire. Don't walk in front of the street in the car. You're going to get hit by the car. So our ego is trying to protect us. You better not tell him how you feel. You better not start really liking him, or else what if you do? And it only keeps you safe and it keeps you in fear mode. Or you better not, yeah, if you start liking him and it doesn't work out, blah, blah, blah. So you drop, you just have to say it to yourself. You just got to do
Okay.
it, threaten yourself again.
Okay.
I have to drop from my head into my heart, because in the heart is the truth. This is where the
Okay.
truth, this is our authentic self. It lies, it remains, it resides here.
Okay.
You got to live from that place.
And living in a state of flow versus like pushing energy. I'm always trying to control and dictate like a relationship flowing naturally versus through what I will call manipulation, like make reminding them that you're there and making you like I'm never in a state of flow. Is that something you can even teach somebody to just be more flow
Yes.
if there's somebody that's
Okay.
very OCD type control like
Well,
me?
first of all, if you just follow this little simple rule, this isn't going to change everything, but this is a very important thing. never double text a man and never initiate the conversation. Okay.
Ever?
Ever not ever. When you are in the committed relationship and you trust this man, and of course, like you text him like cute text during the day, and it doesn't matter at that point. This like before the foundation is built, it is so important to follow his lead because something happens in the man's brain that the moment he knows that you like him, and this is going to sound contradictory, just hear me out, okay?
Okay.
If it's too soon, he can lose interest. Okay, so let me explain.
Yeah.
I just said be vulnerable. Don't be scared to be vulnerable. There's a time and a place for that.
Okay. So many rules.
No, but they're not. These aren't. Don't look at them as rules. Look at them as the flow. This is how you flow.
Yeah, I did ask for the flow. Okay, I'm messing up the flow, and I'm not flowing like you're saying right now. So I'm interested. Yes.
I'm not flow.
No.
And you know what's interesting? Because this happens with all my clients. And I wrote this book because I was thinking of these. I called this girl Jenny in my mind when I was writing the book, to the Jennies of the world. Okay. I don't understand. Like, I mean, I'm doing everything. It just hasn't shown up. Okay. Well, that's kind of what you just said. And what we're finding is there are some things that can be altered.
Yes. I'm in my masculine if I text first. I'm not sitting back in receiving energy.
And it's also in earness. Yeah.
It's so funny because I talked to so many relationship coaches. You're along the lines of I had a dating coach that he's like, I used to be a fuckboy and now I tell women what to do. And he's like, let a man hunt. Don't ever pursue a man. And I'm like, okay, how are you? Not pursue, but like, how would let a man approach you? How would a man even be like, feel confident or comfortable approaching me if I'm not showing interest? You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm not approaching someone, but what would let a man approach me if he's interested, if I'm not showing interest? Like, cause men approach me and I'm always like, oh, hi, thank you. Like I'm not interested. If I'm interested in a man, I'm not supposed to show interest, but then why would he think that it would be okay for him to approach me?
Thank you for bringing this up because I do talk about if you're in real life and you see a guy, you can go up to him. Okay. You can do that. Now, after that, and on the dating apps, you can do the first thing. I should have mentioned this because a lot of times the guy might have never seen you on the apps or he assumes that you're in a relationship or whatever. After that, he needs to pursue. But you just brought up something I want to point out also. So for my digital course, which we'll talk about, this is a very cool thing. I interviewed, I think like 6 men and I interviewed 6 men to get the insight, 6 men individually.
Yeah.
Okay. It was so helpful. And these girls that take my course and do the course are going to get such amazing information straight from these men's lips. Okay. Now you said the whole like hunter thing.
Yeah.
Across the board, all of the men talked about how they like to pay for the dates. They want to open the doors. They want to do all these things for women. And in this world we're living now, sometimes they don't know if they should, or then the woman starts, you said manipulating or like, or texting too much. And also what's really nice is that at some point they said, yes, if the girl wants to buy him a drink or if she wants to buy lunch or something at some point, but way at the beginning for a long time, he needs to pursue. He wants to pursue. He wants to do that role. He wants to pay. So let him.
I'm fine with that. I guess I was saying initially, how would he even know? Like, I'm not married. How would he know I'm in a relationship? But you're saying initially, like when they have never even heard of you or on an app or if in real life, like you can, I don't even know how to do that because then I feel like that's me pursuing. And I'm so in my head about all this.
No, you can do the initial hello. Now, I went up to a guy in the grocery store years ago and we ended up dating. And I just said, hey, I want to get into red wine. He was in the wine section.
Okay.
Can you suggest some red wine? I always say you want to take advantage of these opportunities when you see a guy. You could say the sky is blue. And if he's interested, he will talk to you. So don't worry about what you're going to say. I always like when I would do this, like you don't even plan what you're going to say. You just kind of walk up and you just say hello.
Jamie, that is how I live my life. I just have like a flirty personality.
Good.
I'm very rarely attracted to see a man that I'm attracted to. So it's so easy for me to like people at the grocery store. I'm just like have a fun relationship with people that I'm not physically attracted to. And it's so easy. And the
Oh.
people I'm
Oh.
not physically attracted to will like me and ask me out. When I'm attracted to someone, that easy breezy, funny girl gets replaced with this demon that comes out that is awkward and says very strange things. And like, if I'm not attracted to you, you will love me. But if I am attracted to you, you will be afraid of me. That I
Okay, well,
can't
let's say
be
cancel
more
that.
manifesting.
Say it again. Just say a new sentence, a statement. What are you affirming?
Oh, I don't want to say it again now that I'm conscious.
No, when I'm attracted to a hot man who's high value and high quality, he loves me back just like I love him.
Okay. Oh, but I have to believe it. Maybe you could just help me
Make
just
it to me,
not
make
be
it, just
so
say it.
awkward. Oh, when I am
Just say it.
attracted to a high value, attracted man, he is attracted to me right back and he sees my value as well.
Good job.
Thank you.
And you keep saying that. Say it a million times a day if you need to.
That's gonna help me be more not be more chill. It's like my nervous system goes into like, oh, we like him. Say something weird.
Mhm.
And I can't, but when I don't like any other men that I'm not attracted to, it's like the best flirting ever. It's like I just so confident and it's easy. And then those are the guys that ask me out.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, sorry. And then the guy I'm attracted to doesn't get me. He gets the lady that comes out and says the crazy things.
Demon. This is what
The
I want you to tell
demon.
yourself. What I'm picking up on is that in your mind, in your consciousness, you're feeling like this is a huge mountain to climb. I want you just to
Mhm.
tell yourself, what if you just meet yourself in the middle? Because the truth is that the right guy is going to like you for your awkwardness also, because your awkwardness and quirkiness is part of your personality. So maybe just tell yourself that maybe I'll be a little quirky, but the right man is going to like
Yeah.
who I am regardless.
I love this weirdo. Yeah. Yeah. So
And you're
embrace
going to love
that demon.
his weirdness.
Yes, that's true. I guess I'm trying to be like attractive and desirable. And I'm like, well, that was, but it will be attractive and desirable to my match the way I
Yes.
am.
Yeah. Yes. And in my book, I talk about the chameleon, and you mentioned it
I was
before.
just about to get into that.
Keep doing this. We
Oh
keep
my,
doing
no, no, I know you're
that.
in my head. Like, yes,
So
again, I'm dating as my authentic self for the first time ever because when I was with my ex for 20 years, I was a chameleon. You have different
yeah.
dating personalities we take on. You were this as well. You just be what you think they'll like. You took scuba diving lessons and
Mhm.
you hated it, but
Yes.
you were like, this will make me attractive to him. I was that dating my husband. I was that in my marriage, trying to
Mhm.
like dull down my career and be the perfect mom and wife and having him so badly like choose me and telling me I was a good wife. How do we, for someone still doing it, and maybe I really don't feel like I'm doing that now in dating. They're getting me. Once I get past the awkward,
Yeah.
the
That's the
couple that I've
awkward.
got a couple months in, I'm completely myself. But someone who hasn't yet, how do we release the chameleon?
So this goes back to we were talking about unconditionally loving yourself. Loving yourself for everything that you are. And once again, we'll go back to threatening yourself. If I don't love myself for everything that I am and show up as my authentic self, I am going to attract the match of whatever I'm showing up as. So, showing up with fear, showing up at trust issues, showing up as insecure. If you think now, here's the thing, this can go to an extreme. Either you're gonna when you are insecure, you're either going to attract an insecure man or the man who's going to make you feel more insecure to validate that you're insecure. So,
Hmm.
once again, threaten yourself. And there's all these healing modalities that I talk about in my book that I'm going to be teaching in my course. And like things like I forgive myself for buying into the misbelief that I am unlovable. That's a negative narrative. We turn that into the truth, etc. There's so many things that we do.
Okay. How do I? So I see my value now. So it's like now I was a chameleon. Now I'm the control freak. I'm trying to make everything like I
Mhm.
see myself. I guess I don't see my value because someone of this value would not be. doing the things that I'm doing. And not that I'm doing like crazy things, but like texting when they're not texting you back, a second
Oh,
text. Like she would
okay.
not do that, this high value woman. But I'm like, I just want to talk to them again because I like how
Okay.
that feels. So maybe
Right.
I'm not seeing my value.
Well,
I'm
you
not
got to
living
threaten
as it.
yourself and say,
Yes.
if I text him, this is only going to hurt the situation. Like
Yes.
I always say with my clients, we'll talk about scenarios and I'll say, what is the solid choice? What is a solid move or not move? And I'll let my clients take a moment, they turn inward, they meditate on it, and then the answer comes to them and they can see it clearly. See it clearly.
Do it with me. The
Okay,
thing
give
is,
me a scenario.
super connected. And when we're in person, connection unmatched, present, the best. At the beginning, the texting, same kind of connection. And then when they do text, witty, quick comebacks, wonderful connection. But then like some days go by. So in that scenario, what would be the best thing to do? Like I want that connection back, but
Can I tell you what's interesting? Because you
yes.
can you can make this never happen again. Because
Okay.
something happened. The only reason why he stopped being consistent is because something happened. And I'm guessing it's because you started texting too much.
Oh, no,
Okay.
I don't want you to think I'm like, good morning. Could I,
No, no, no.
like,
So he will not pull back if there's no reason to. Like,
that's what that I should have said that earlier. There's nothing that happened in my, maybe I'm missing it. That's why I was like, I could assume if I said something because we chat all the time, like text, that he like, oh, he didn't like that. When there is no
okay, that's
reason.
okay. Now let's do that scenario. Sometimes if literally nothing happens,
Yes.
men men can just pull back when they start to actually feel something. That happens sometimes. Or they are pursuing other women, and that's people should not put their eggs in one basket. So let
Can
me
I
just,
answer that? What if he's
yeah.
very, and I believe him, very clear that he is not seeing other women? Maybe he did feel it did get better before this happened. So maybe he is feeling
Okay.
to,
So we're gonna go with he's just feeling a little like, oh my God,
he
what if
wasn't
this
looking for a
actually.
relationship. I don't, yeah.
Yes, and this is very natural for men. And so to just trust what you have to offer.
Yeah.
Trust that you're a gem and trust that you've done enough for him to see that.
And then what? Nothing? Just stay back?
Now, here's the thing. I do say if it's been an ample amount of time,
What is an
that is
ample
such a
amount of
random
time?
word. So
What would
depending on
you
the
say?
scenario and depending on the situation, I like to say if it's been a week and
It
you
has
have
not
not
been.
okay, and you've not heard from this man, you do a simple check-in. It's not I haven't. You never talk
No,
about what's actually going on. You don't say I
no.
haven't heard from you. No, that is so unattractive. It's just a check-in. What's up? Or you got to be really creative with this. You think of just grab something from something you talked about from a date or something, or you say I drove by this place and da da da, or you say something witty and funny about not like cheesy witty and funny, but um cute about something you talked about. You got to be creative. I'm happy to work with anybody
No,
and coming up.
I'm the most creative. I've
Okay.
multiple things I could go with. I
Okay.
feel that feels weak. Like if he's not gonna text me back, I feel like, no, I'm not gonna text again. It's been
It's like you have at that point you have nothing to lose.
my pride that I texted again. Like,
Wait, but you're being such an oxymoron right now
oh,
because
tell me.
yes, because you're
Because
saying
he's not
you're
texting me.
saying
No, I went last. I went last. And then he went away. So then I'm gonna be like, hey, me again. How you doing? Like,
but
no.
but you didn't have a problem with double texting him in a different scenario.
No, I now I have you. I don't want to do that again. That's I don't like that I double texted.
Okay,
So now I'm
but
not
this
going to
is
double text.
okay.
Or am I?
But there have been situations where if it has been a week,
Not
you
yet.
know what? With the new you, then wait 2 weeks. Give him 2 weeks.
Yes. And but
Give him two.
am I giving someone 2 weeks to text me back and being like, welcome him back? Like that
Okay, but
seems
here's the thing, and this is not rationalizing. At that point, okay, this is not rationalizing. It's been a few hours. I better text him. This is maybe he really was like going through the end of a relationship when he met you. Like, just you give him the benefit of the doubt at that point, and then you have to say, at this point, I have nothing to lose. I promise I will move on if it doesn't work out. I trust you, universe. I'm just gonna like check in.
But I
Hey,
shouldn't just move on and just see what when you say, like, "Sit with yourself, how does this feel?" And he's like, "He hasn't texted you in 2 weeks." Just move on without the check-in.
okay. If there are red flags, move the F on.
The
If
only red flag is the lack of speed in texting back.
okay, okay, if he's a high quality, high value, he's worthy, wonderful man,
We need more
and he's
time.
worth it to you
Oh,
at time.
I said we need more no, 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 not I didn't mean to say at
Okay.
time. We need more time for me to even be
See, to
answered.
evaluate.
Yes. So I'm
Okay.
willing to still I would like to evaluate further.
Okay, then
But
this
he
is what you do. This is the
okay.
mindset. I gotta be selfish. I'm doing this for me. I can't even tell you how many times I would do that with guys. I would say to myself, I'm doing this for me because I exactly what you're saying. And I would get the opportunity. I would say to myself, I don't even know, like, let's say a guy was being like not responding that much, a little flaky, whatever. I literally said to myself, I'm doing this for me. I want to know if I even like him.
Yes.
Get to know him
Okay. I this is the reframes. Threatening myself. I'm
so
doing this
much.
for me. Things I've never said to myself. These are gold. I had a lot of the stuff that you talk about, just like healing yourself. You can't feel at home with your man unless you can feel at home with yourself. Again, I finally do. And I would credit that like when I didn't, I was with my ex and it didn't work out. So I guess my
Mhm.
expectation of like doing the healing work is like, I thought when, and then I'm finally attracted to someone that never happens. And then we have this connection. I guess maybe I'm too connected to the outcome. It was like, I was like, well, here he
Yeah.
is. This is it. And then when it wasn't, I'm sad. I'm like, wait, I'm too
I
connected.
talk about laser focus a lot.
Yes.
You can't have laser focus. It has to be this guy because that's the fear mode. And that's once again, I will just drill it in. Universe gives us what we focus on. If you're focused on, oh my God, what if it doesn't work out? It's not gonna work out.
Or limiting beliefs. I'm too old. He doesn't want someone with kids. Like anything that you're putting out there like that, you will get that. Somebody that thinks you're too old and doesn't want a woman with kids.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
get out of there.
No. The right man is going to love me for what I bring and who I bring to
Okay.
the
Next
table.
thing, I have all the stuff that I wanted to talk to you about. You say, notice how you're different with him. This, and maybe this is coming to me right now. Maybe this was just his role in my life to bring something out of me. I've never been this comfortable with someone. Like again, coming out of a 20-year relationship, I was like, I'm going to be an awkward turtle on this date. I was already like, whatever. I was so comfortable and I was so myself. And I am like very flirtatious. The things that I'm saying, like of my sisters or my friends, they'd be like, oh my God, I've never been like this with anyone, but I also feel like this is me. This is me. I feel exactly like he brought out the actual like person I've never lived as or maybe felt didn't feel comfortable as.
Wait,
Maybe this is the guy.
the current situation?
Yes. So you say talk how does he make you feel? I've never felt so like me and I've never felt so comfortable with someone or maybe safe to be the way that I'm being who which feels like authentic to who I am. So that is hard for me to walk away from because I have never been like this with somebody else. I am and it feels like the authentic me.
Okay. This is what I'm going to say to you. I'm so happy that you've had this experience.
Okay, okay.
Okay. This doesn't mean that this guy has to be it.
Right.
He has raised your heart bar.
Yeah.
That means you have gotten to a level where you will not accept anything less, how you're feeling. You've felt a certain way
Yes.
and you've shown up a certain way and he's made you feel a certain way
Yes.
that let's just be grateful that this has happened.
Yes. And now that I know this exists, like there was always like,
Yes.
oh my God, he's so handsome, but or we have the best like soul connection almost, but I'm just not attracted to him. I found somebody that I now I know it exists that you can find somebody that has it like intellect, the witty banter,
Yes.
so physically attracted to him. Like you that
Yes.
exists. So
Yes.
like what's the word? Settling in any of those
Yeah.
areas is not a thing because that exists. And even if it's not him, like this, every relationship teaches you something, as you said, or like
But
serves
this
us
is
in some way.
big. I don't think
Oh,
you realize how big of a
I
deal it is
don't.
that it happened.
Okay, I didn't. Great. So it's not a failure.
No, this is the most amazing thing. You finally, like, this man is an angel that came, whether he's an angel or not. He symbolizes an angel. Your angels, your spirit guides, your somebody who died, your
Yeah.
ancestors. People have sent this guy to you. This is a big deal for your life.
Do you know that when I did your Ready for Love summit, I started talking to you about this guy, and you said, my intuitive is telling me this is a big thing for your life. And so I've been holding on to that, like, well, then maybe it is, we're supposed to be together, but you just doubled down on it. It wasn't in the way that I was taking it, but you're like, there's something, this is a big thing for your life. I don't know, that was like 6 months ago, but
I don't remember saying that. That's so
you did.
fascinating.
You're like, I just have a feeling that
I
check this
remember.
out. And the way I am with him, nobody knows me this way, but this is me. And I've never been her before. And so I was like, maybe I was taking that as when you find the right person, you can genuinely be yourself. But maybe it's just raising my love. What did you call it? Raising my
Your
love bar.
heart
My
bar.
heart bar.
Heart bar. Yes,
He
the bar
raised my
has.
heart bar.
Yes, he
Okay.
did.
I had a question. This is not me anymore. I have finally broken free from my ex attachment. But if someone is still holding any attachment to an ex or an ex-husband, is that blocking your manifesting your true match?
Okay, once again, that is so bizarre that you're bringing this up now because I was just thinking about this. Okay. Oh my
Why are
God.
we okay.
Okay. I was just thinking. So, because I didn't know if we were going to flow into this and we did. So, a lot of women think I need to cut the cord from the past.
Yeah.
Now, if there was a detrimental, if this is an ex that you, let's do two scenarios, okay?
Okay.
An ex who's bad news, not good for you, the wrong man, you can cut that cord, but that cord should not be hard to cut.
True.
That's what you don't need. That's
Like
what
a
you know
toxic ex.
you know what you don't want. Now, if you are connected to, and I started thinking about this when we were talking about what we were just talking about. If you feel still like your heart is connected to a guy that you thought was the one,
Ooh.
you don't have to cut the cord, and this is why. Because the universe gives us what we focus on. So why would you want to cut off? It's like you cut, I was about to say you cut off his head. Not that.
I did not.
It's like you keep the feeling, but you're going to assign it to a different face.
You
He's going to
let
be
go
a
of the
different man.
outcome, but you keep that the way he makes you feel, you embody that.
You keep the feeling because you want the universe to bring more of that feeling to you. And you
Yes.
say, it's going to be another man, this or something better for the highest good of all concerned. So it's going to be another man who brings that to you, plus even more. So you keep the feeling in your heart, but you cut off his head. It's going to be a different. He's going to look different. He's going to look
Yes,
different.
but that's true. It's like but stop thinking that stop like making it be him, but don't stop living as if how he made you feel because you want to manifest that way of feeling and that kind of energy and match with someone else. So it's not really blocking, but cut off his head.
No,
Just stop
it's just cut
picturing
off his.
him.
Never said that before.
You say dating is a numbers game and it's going to happen. It can't not happen. So someone that's
Mhm.
currently out there, you didn't have to do the apps. Maybe you weren't catfished like I was. We didn't even talk about that. Somebody that's just on the apps. First, like we should talk. How do you trust that who you're talking to is even that person? Like it happened to me. Very attractive
Well,
guy.
I
Not
Okay,
who
I
I was supposed
recommend doing a video, a FaceTime, or if it's Bumble, there's a video thing in it. A video chat before you meet. It will save you time. And if he says no, then you don't meet him.
obviously I agree before you meet. But what if like how soon? Some of the guys, if you just start talking, I wouldn't want to FaceTime right away. But it's like, what you were wasting your time if you don't even know this is a real person. Like it broke me. I was catfished and now I'm like, I will never, not even Raya. I know I wouldn't even do Raya. And their certification process, I know that that's a real person. It made my shoulders go up. I will never trust that. So how does somebody navigate?
You're not going to video chat, you're saying?
I'm not, that's too like at what point would you video chat? So you connect on an app on a Monday. Are you
A few
being like
days. Few days, why not?
I
Here's the thing, because you're wasting your time. You are wasting your time and energy going back and forth.
Okay.
And here's the thing. If it's one of those one message per day things, then wait longer
Yes.
than a few days. But if it's a few messages per day, and ideally, we talked about this, let the man lead. Usually the man will say, maybe you should take it to text or you should have a phone call. If he recommends meeting up first, at that point you say that you'd like to do a video chat. And actually, what that shows the man is that you are a real person. You look the way that your pictures look, and you are high
That's
quality and high value.
that's a great point. Like, what if he's thinking the same thing? Like, this, who am I talking to? Yeah, I guess I didn't think about. I don't want to go in the apps, but I asked that for anyone else that's listening. We are kind of talked about. You say texting is a minefield, like wanting that response. So you say go to video chat. That because texting, there's no, you can't read their intent, like their or sarcasm, so it can get misunderstood or they don't text back enough. It's just like texting is not where you want to be when you're dating.
You can just also save yourself the time and energy. Like as women, we put our makeup on, we do our hair. It takes a lot of energy. We pick out our outfits for the date. So this saves you. You don't even have to go and meet him if you don't like what you're seeing or feeling on this FaceTime.
He's
And
not. I
also make
yes.
the FaceTime as short as possible. Just like make the date as short as possible. If you're not happy, you're allowed to do that. You don't have to stay on the phone. You don't have to stay at the date. I don't want people to resent dating. So do whatever you can to make it you not resent it.
What do you say? Like when if you're not feeling it?
If it's at night,
Okay.
I have some work. I got
Gotta
to
get
get
up
up early
early.
tomorrow. I have some work to do. Yeah, take care of kids. It doesn't matter.
Okay, that's good.
You can't just say anything. And even if he says, "Oh, but you guys should get together," you say, "Yeah, absolutely," and then you end the call and whatever. You can ghost. Who cares?
What if someone is not ideal, quote, on paper, but the connection is unmatched? You
That's
say what?
amazing.
We don't care. We go
Oh
connection.
no!
Okay.
Now, give me an example of something on paper that's not ideal. That because it depends on what it is.
I'm thinking, and I'm trying to make this about finances.
Okay.
Maybe as he's got 4 kids from a previous. It's not ideal,
Okay.
but
If it's finances, if he doesn't have enough money, um, that actually could be a deal breaker for somebody because that could represent lack of ambition. Who knows? So it could, if it, if he has a job that he's obsessed with and he was meant to do this job and he doesn't earn a lot of money, then
yeah,
you decide. But if you are looking for a man who has a certain lifestyle and a certain amount of money and you meet this guy who's a nice guy who just doesn't who like says things like he hates working, he doesn't want to work, that's unattractive.
100%. Okay, but that's a good way to looking at it. It could
Yeah.
be leading you to something bigger with him. It's not just finances, it's like lack of ambition.
Yeah,
Um,
see what's underneath. Yeah.
you say, does he feel like home? And Jamie, I say yes. I know. I'm
Okay.
like,
Okay. It's okay. It's okay. There are men that will come into your life that will feel like home. It doesn't happen every day at all. Like
That's why
day.
it's so crazy.
But it's okay. But because you felt this,
Yeah.
you have momentum now. You have
Okay.
momentum. The universe wheels are rolling, it's flowing. So you cannot hold on to this if it's not supposed to work, because then keep the feeling, but it has to be this one will keep another guy from coming in.
Yes. Okay. So when you say you can't hold on, like end it or just
Oh,
sit back and do nothing.
logistically, literally, what is like, where are you right now? What happened? Like, what was
Just
the last thing that happened?
I texted and it's been 5 days. Nothing. That's where we're at. So when you say let it go, like just never,
Yeah.
it's over.
Well, I would say, like, literally right now, keep yourself busy.
I,
You
I
have
can
to
do
be
that.
really, which I know you're busy, to get busier. Okay.
Okay.
You
That's
gotta find friends, go on some dates. Like, you need to start having fun in your life right now, or else you're going to be dwelling. You need to I want you to pretend he's dead, basically. He's
and
going to
so
write
I'm
to
like,
you.
maybe he's working. Which day?
He'll write to you.
I just thought you said he's not into you. I was like, what?
No,
I
no,
almost cried. I was like, he's not.
no, no, no. No,
Okay, so sit
but
back, say nothing.
he's not thinking about it. Okay. After this, like if he writes to you, it's going to, well, it will depend on what he writes to you and why he,
That's what I'm telling
yes.
myself. Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
What
okay.
he says will determine what happens after that. But now you have all these new tools. So moving
Yeah.
forward,
Yes. It's a
it's going to be
learning.
different and he'll sense the change in energy.
He's probably sensed it already in 5 days, like to not hear from me. You say we need to have a list of things that we will and won't accept, but this is not a list of 30 things. You say 3 to 5.
Yes. So I have an acronym for non-negotiables. I have an acronym for red flags. So non-negotiables examples spell CERT. So you can be certain that this guy is the right guy. CERT. For instance, non-negotiable, you feel comfortable with him. There's empathy. You're empathetic to him. He's empathetic towards you. There's empathy in the relationship. R is respect and T is trust. This is trusting yourself and there's trust in the relationship. So think about these big things in a relationship versus 100 things. And you could also make your short list of physical things also if you want to, but short, very
Okay.
short.
Jamie,
Oh
that's
man,
the other thing. Did you
please
read the
call.
one that said be specific? Somebody said don't be specific. And somebody said no, put it in there. Cause like your clients were like, I didn't say
Yeah.
brown eyes or something. Okay.
Yes.
I said younger. I said a 6'2" or above. It was so eerie. My must have list, I did it, the 3 to 5. Vulnerability. I have never in my life, and because I was dealing with my ex, stonewall, everything's good. I'm not sad or mad ever.
Mhm.
This guy was so open and vulnerable and shared so much. And that's why our connection happened and
Mhm.
progressed so fast. I wrote vulnerability, open is kind of the same, open and honest about what he's feeling, worried about stuff from his past, got all of that. Makes me feel secure. I don't, what we've talked about, I know there's not other girls. Like that is not a problem. The one thing that is on there that he doesn't have is communication. I said, can't be a bad text backer. That I can't, my anxiety and my nervous system, I don't do well with that.
Mhm.
And so
Mhm.
I'm like,
Yep.
well, shit, then that's one, communication is one of my things. I can't,
So you'll see what happens. And if he continues to be a bad communicator or bad texter backer, as you say, then yeah, that's non-negotiable. So it's not going to work.
okay. So we'll see how that plays out.
But also, you need
Um,
to give the man the benefit of the doubt. You need to share how you're feeling about something and
I have,
see if he changes. Now,
okay.
men don't change their core who they are, but he's not
He's,
stupid. He knows. But
he knows I'm mad right now.
sometimes men need just a little coaching or whatever.
Like
A
it would be
little bit, not
great
too
to
much.
hear.
But if your friend is going to bring this up, then she needs to bring this up when she's in person, not on the phone or anything.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yes. And it was so much better in person anyway. I'm going to end it with I want to go back to something you said on my show. You said, if you have any doubts about the person, the relationship, the answer is no. Do you still stand by that?
Yes. Yes. This is why, and I know it's controversial.
Jillian Turecki like went crazy on me. She was like, who told you that? And I was like, wait. She goes, of course you'll have doubts. And I'm like, but then it's a no. But I kind of get where you're coming from. I didn't say
Okay.
it was you, but she was like, what? It's
Okay.
controversial.
This is why. Now, this is different than the conversation of the man needs to be perfect. The man doesn't need to be perfect. You're not perfect. It's two imperfect people coming together that are perfect for each other with all of your with all of your
Nuanced
just
things. Yes.
whatever things. The doubt to me means any type of red flag.
Any?
Any. Now, not he's a bad, I don't like that I talk about this in my book. Not that he wears a black shirt and a brown belt. That is not a
What
red
if I have,
flag.
he's probably like, this girl is a divorcee with 2 kids. Like that, I probably have red flags. Everybody's gonna have something.
Those aren't red flags.
What's a red flag?
Red flags have to do, well, here's the acronym for red flags.
Okay.
But red flags have to do with behaviors and who the person is. Okay, ready? Acronym for red flags. It's avoid. If a guy is arrogant,
No.
if he's vain, if he's violent, obviously. O is for out of control, like if he has a substance abuse or drinks a lot. I is for ignorant, if he ignores you. And D is for dishonest. So those are examples of red flagginess, okay?
Okay.
Avoid.
So I is kind of
And I could be insecure also. But you're saying ignores you?
like if I am important to your, I would never let a text sit for days. So that's it. It's the communication thing. It's hitting on both. It's hitting insert and avoid. It's the communication piece of both of
Yeah.
those.
You would
It's a
never
double whammy.
accept that. You would
No,
never
no,
accept that.
not as a high
However,
value
if you
woman.
were in a situation like this, you need to let it play out and give the man
Thank
the
you.
opportunity to
Thank
say,
you.
there's been some stuff with communication. And then if he doesn't listen, then
Yes. Okay. I
less
love
is
that.
all.
I'm looking at the time. A couple tools that you have. You say make an I am list. How do we do that?
Yeah. So your I am list is all about how you love yourself. So you make a list of 10 of your qualities and you start making this into these affirmations because the more that you say this, and you should say this before you go to sleep, this is a longer story for another
Okay.
day. Anyhow, but it helps you to connect with yourself and connect with your intuition so that you can show up in service to showing up as your authentic self, in service to bringing in the man that is the right match for you.
Yes, I'm worried about like focusing on like qualities he has. I need like a mantra. Like I am all of these things, and I need to be saying it to myself daily. Real quick, your ideal scene tool, and you say be specific because it works.
It basically is a vision board, but on steroids.
Okay.
So you make all these sentences. I'm showing my hand right now. But you can't see whoever is listening. Spokes of a wheel around this heart that says, I am in the middle. I am so grateful that I found a man who loves me for everything that I am, and I love him the same way. I'm so grateful that my man and I live a life of financial freedom. I'm so happy that my man respects me and I respect him. I am so elated that I trust my man to the nth degree and he trusts me. Okay, so you do that, and it's visualizing, it's living as if, and yes, you can be specific with that, but not everything. Everything on the list should not be all surfacey. You need the
'Cause then
deeper quality thing.
I'm not living like anything like that. You just made me think though, when you're like me and my man this and my man this. What if somebody is dating someone?
All right,
You're
yes,
talking.
you can make
Are you
ideal.
talking? But like when you're saying my man, you're probably picturing the man you're with now. But the bigger thing is your actual match. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're like we have such a great
Yeah,
relationship,
because you're living as if he's already in your life.
even if we don't know if it's the person that we're dating.
You
Listen,
cannot think of the you can't when you do this
ah,
exercise before you know who the man's gonna be yet, you can't have that guy in his face. Remember we cut off
so
his
how do
head?
you just be like me and this guy? If you're dating someone,
He's
how
a
do you make it
faceless
cut off his
he's
head
just a
again?
you just think of like a random handsome man. If you need to think of George Clooney, think of George Clooney.
Okay, got it. Make it more anonymous and vague. Okay,
Yes, just
great.
handsome man, handsome man.
Okay, we already show the universe that there's room for him. We're gonna make his side of the bed. We're gonna pour him some beer. Tell me about your digital course and the free gift that you're offering.
Yes. So free gift is 7 days of manifesting love. You get affirmations and exercises. I will give you the link. It's so easy. Okay. My digital course it's going to be 8 weeks. This is the first time I am launching this. Okay. In these 8 weeks, I've recorded so many videos, it's not even funny. Okay. It's 7 modules, a million lessons within each video, lessons within each module. You get 2 hours of coaching with me per week, group coaching, 2 hours. Meaning I'm doing 1 hour at night, 1 hour in the morning so that people can attend. You get the replays of it. On top of all this, you are getting the man interviews, these interviews with men. You are getting this community of women who are also single and can maybe fix you up with somebody and support you. And I'm going to be going to various cities, and we're actually going to be going into the field and having so much fun meeting men. So it's a lot. And you have meditations in there, affirmations. It's a lot of stuff that I'm offering. And when this podcast releases, it will be just around the time when it's releasing. And so at that point, I'm offering it for 50% off for a certain amount of time at $497.
Both of the links and the
Yeah.
50% off will be linked in the show notes. Send me both of those links. Please tell me you're coming to Atlanta.
Oh, absolutely. Atlanta is one of the big cities.
Jamie, Jamie, that's
Yes.
where I am. Okay, I'm gonna
Yes.
come. Like, yes, let's.
Yes.
Okay,
We're meeting men. Okay. It's going to be so much fun. And so I will most likely I'll continue doing that with all the cohorts. This is the first cohort, But the whole 2 hours a week of me showing up and helping, that's only gonna be the first cohort ever. So
Okay.
if you join the second cohort, third, fourth, fifth, whatever, I'll be doing 1 time a week. So this is
Oh my
extra.
God.
This is double coaching.
This is insane. Thank you for all the work you're putting out into the world. Thank you for all your time with me. We'll end it with, if someone is listening and looking for love, but feels like they're doing everything right and he hasn't appeared, they're on the apps, they're getting out of the house to meet people, what would you tell that person to consider?
The most important thing ever is to connect with your intuition. If all else fails and you don't know what has not brought him in yet, connect with your intuition. And I promise it's going to be a game changer and he will show up.